Joining us is House Majority Leader Steve Scalise. Welcome, Leader. There is so much misinformation out there. Help our viewers understand what Democrats, who, by the way, are in the minority, are insisting on to open government.
Well, Trey, it's great to be with you. And, you laid out what Chuck Schumer's fear is. It's the far left. It's the AOC wing of the party. And in fact, our polls showing AOC would beat Chuck Schumer in a primary. And that seems to be all he cares about, his political future. He surely doesn't care about the lives of American families, our soldiers, our men and women in uniform, who will not get paychecks next week because of this crazy move to shut down the government by Schumer. And so it's real straightforward. I mean, we passed a bill out of the House, as the speaker just said in that clip you ran, and it's over in the Senate. And all you need is 5 more Democrats to join in. As everybody knows, we could pass anything we want with a majority in the House. And while Hakeem Jeffries tried to whip all of his members to shut the government down, we still passed that bill with Republican votes. But in the Senate, they need 60 votes, which means even with every Republican, they need some Democrats. And that's where Chuck Schumer has been shutting down the government. And for what, you ask? It's really a wish list of things that he filed as an alternative to open the government back up again. And trade includes $1.5 trillion in new unrelated spending. And by the way, he's gutting rural hospital funding. While they talk about health care, they gut rural hospital funding to give taxpayer funding, for example, to illegals. That's part of what is in Chuck Schumer's bill. So it shows you what their priority is. They don't care if our troops don't get their paychecks, but they surely want taxpayer funding for illegals. It's in Chuck Schumer's bill.
All right, speaking of Chuck Schumer, here's the old Chuck Schumer, and then I'll ask you about it on the other side.
Shutting down government over a policy difference is self-defeating. It accomplishes nothing but pain and suffering for the country and the American people. That's a lesson we all must bear in mind. The shutdown is not a political game. Shutdown means real pain for American families.
I'm laughing, but it's not funny. I mean, that literally is the textbook definition of hypocrisy, what we just listened to. And look, Hakeem Jeffries wants to sit down and negotiate. How about try winning elections? They're in the minority.
Well, and clearly, Trey, they haven't learned from the elections. They're still having a tantrum over the results of last year's election. When Donald Trump ran the table, 7 out of 7 swing states all went for Donald Trump because he said he was going to secure the border. He was going to focus on getting the economy back on track. He was going to prevent a tax hike. And the Democrats are fighting against all those things. They literally want to take away our border security measures that were in the One Big Beautiful Bill. They want to raise taxes on hardworking families. It's one of the things they advocated for. They surely don't want to pay our troops because they voted against that bill 8 different times now, Trey. So you can go look at the votes to see where people are. It's not a he said, she said. There is a bill that either pays our troops or not. You vote yes or you vote no. It's very straightforward. Republicans are voting yes to pay our troops. Democrats are voting no, and nobody can explain why. The Chuck Schumer from just March of this year was what you were running clips of when he voted to keep the government open at the exact same spending levels. What changed? It's the threat from AOC. A lot of reports are that it's this Hate America rally that's coming up next week on the 18th. There's some big rally in Washington with all the far left groups, and Chuck Schumer and his friends want to appease them by saying, look, the government's still shut down. It's insanity, and it's costing millions of families.
All right, before I'll let you go, Leader, I got to ask you, there are 2 former Democrat House members who are running for governor in their respective states. Katie Porter is apparently auditioning for the lead in Horrible Bosses Part 3. I mean, I can't imagine anyone talking to employees or anybody else like that. And I put people on death row when I don't talk like that. Meanwhile, Abigail Spanberger isn't sure whether she supports a man who fantasized about capital murder, devastating children, and urinating on graves. Well, what is your reaction to Porter acting like Ike Turner and Spanberger playing Pontius Pilate?
It's unreal. I mean, the Democrat Party has lost its way. They're about to elect a socialist Marxist in New York. He says he wants government-run grocery stores, and he's about to win the race. It shows you where their party has gone. In California, it's such a lost cause over there. Gavin Newsom's destroyed one of the great American states. And Katie Porter, we served with her in the House. She's very far left. And even now, the American people are getting to see just how mean-spirited she is to her own staff. She's yelling at her staff. She won't even give interviews with reporters who are asking basic questions, and she wants to govern the state of California. Their party is just a rudderless ship. Spanberger, same thing. I mean, a guy saying he wants to murder his opponent at a time when political violence is at its height, and everybody should be speaking out against it. And she's endorsing the guy who said he wants to murder his political opponent. This is insanity, and it's just a rudderless ship of a party with leaders who are socialists and Marxists right now. That's where the Democrat Party is, sadly, Trey.
Yeah, speaking of political violence, Steve Scalise very narrowly almost lost his life practicing for a charity baseball game. But thank God he is not only with us, he is strong as ever. Steve Scalise from the great state of Louisiana, Majority Leader in the U.S. House. Thank you for joining us on the Sunday night.
Well, God performs miracles. You know that. Great being with you, Trey.
Yes.
Thanks. God bless.
Amen. Take care.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.